intense again. So we got a lot of things happening, and apparently the Schumann resonance is down. It's been down for a while. I don't know if I caught on it yesterday. I think I did, but I think during the live stream my mind was all over the place. So I probably either it after the live stream it shut off or something. But I found out a little too late. When I woke up today, I was like really confused, like what the heck is going on? Let me know how you guys are doing, and hopefully you guys can hear me well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so the Schumann resonance is down. We're gonna be covering up what's going on, most likely like what is happening and stuff like that. Um, we got to get into earthquakes. There's a lot of earthquakes everywhere now. Big one in Japan, and of course we got also of course a lot of solar activity. So things are definitely looking intense right now. What are we gonna kick off with first? Let's go off with the Schumann resonance. So basically, I'm gonna go into it real quick. So where's my mouse? There it is. 25th. So this is midday 25. This is about this is like 1 a.m. in America yesterday. So I probably should have. This is like midday in Tomsk, Russia. This is like midday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I should have caught on to. We're in a 35-hour blackout. So that's on me. I guess because this is like so damn small, I probably didn't, I don't know. I guess my mind just wasn't there. I didn't even realize it. But yeah, it's down. So basically there isn't really anything happening right now. Why is it down? Honestly, I have no idea. There's a lot of weird things. I told you guys, there's been a lot of weird glitches happening. However, those glitches are happening, there's been just a lot of technological issues and things like that going on. So pretty big thing right there. Now there is something huge right now. That's with the sun. So let's kick off with that. So as you can see here is a picture of the sun right now. This is image 211. As you can see, we got a big corona hole that's facing us. Oh, that's probably why it's down. I just figured out. There's alert. I have to get into that alert. Right? Remember yesterday I was talking about how there's a radio emission, there's been blackouts. That's why it's down. I forgot about that. So we got to get into that. We do have a corona hole that's facing us, so a lot of solar wind coming in. We have a massive corona hole right on top on the west side of the sun, right over here. And this is huge. This will probably be facing us. This could be a northern trans-equatorial coronal hole in maybe 48 hours. We have one on the bottom. We have another one here. Overall, we have these huge sunspot regions that are active, and we have a bunch of coronal holes right now in the sun. For solar flare activity, things have been pretty wild. We've had multiple M-class solar flares in the last few hours, our highest being an M6. That is very powerful, by the way. So that's really strong. We don't know exactly which region it came from. So it's pretty fresh. It just happened. We do have a couple of solid sunspot regions. Let's break down 4420. 30 sunspots and still a pretty dang strong size. This is definitely spread out. This could grow even more. It has an even higher chance for an M and X class solar flare. If a big X class hits us, it's direct at this point. Even in the next 12 to 24 hours, it could get pretty ugly. We have 4424, which has grown in size and sunspots. We have this sunspot region. This is definitely growing. 14 sunspots in this region alone with a fair size of 140 millionths of a hemisphere. overall, we got some pretty active sunspot regions right now. We have 154 sunspot numbers right now. A couple new regions. Overall, things are definitely ramping up right now. So now we go all the way to the bottom of right here. As you can tell, we do have a type 2 radio emission. This is on Sunday, April 26th. And as you can see, the areas that are affected. So because that is by Thompson, Russia, I'm going to make the assumption because we do have this and it's in Russia, that's probably why the chart is down. So I talked about this yesterday. I told you there's been a lot of technological glitches. So the Schumann being down, blackout on the Garone station of Italy for the Schumann resonance or the magnetofield daily strips, that was also having a blackout as well. Ultimately, of course, as you could tell, yeah, things are definitely ramping up. The activity is ramping up right now. So let's shoot into earthquakes. Now, believe it or not, I don't think we've ever had an earthquake here. Let me get my mouse. In this area, in between Detroit and Cleveland, um, this place in where is it at? Amherstburg, it's Canada, but still, it's really damn close, right? That is really close. These areas don't get earthquakes as much, but this one's a 2.9. I'm curious if there's been. Oh, that's all earthquakes. So, of all sizes, there is an earthquake right there. Pretty, pretty fair. Nothing too big. There has been earthquakes everywhere. Look at California, unbelievable. Let's see how many earthquakes in the United States alone. 102 today. 102 earthquakes in the United States today. That does not include Alaska, Alaska had 45 alone, which is insane. And when we take a look at our biggest earthquake being in Japan, right? They got rocked with a 7. Now they got rocked with a 6.1. So pretty wild right there. So, as you guys can tell, we are having technological glitches, but in certain areas, we have big earthquakes. We got sunspot regions that are emerging, a lot of big solar flares. The Schumann is down. Excuse me. Should have realized it yesterday it was down. But yeah, I probably got mixed up and whatnot because there's just so much happening right now. It's just wild. We're gonna get into symptoms and things like that that people are feeling as well because a lot of people are feeling weird now. A lot of people are feeling lost. So things are just so intense. We've even had a 5.5 in Mongolia. They don't normally get big earthquakes there. We had a 4.3 in Greece. They had a big one recently. 4.1 in Turkey. Let's just do ourselves a favor and just take a look at what are the biggest earthquakes we've had in general. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't see those ones. Let's just shoot 30 days, all magnitudes. So how many is that? 11,000. 11,000 earthquakes. Our largest in general. Look at these; are huge. These are massive. 7.4 Indonesia, 7.4. It was a 7.7, but it was a 7.4 apparently in Miyako, Japan. 7.3. And where is this at? Luganville, Vanuatu, by the Coral Sea. It's next to Australia. Yeah, as you guys can tell, it's been pretty wild. These are all within 20 days. No, not too long ago. The big one in Japan, which I think was much larger, to be honest. I think it was a lot higher. That one was 6 days ago. All right. If you really look at this, I don't know if it's because of it's America. I don't know if it's America only, but getting slammed with earthquakes. Let's refresh. So yeah, so let me know how's everyone doing. What's everyone been up to? We got no activity in the Schumann residence. Even the website's a bit slow too. But yeah, we did break it down. I don't know how I didn't catch that. Honestly, it was down for. It's been 35-hour blackouts. Pretty wild. Let's go to the direct source. Let's see what if we can get anything here. You know, they do bombard their website with a bunch of advertisements, which is quite frustrating. But it is not up to date. So I'm assuming that radio blackout is affecting it. Nothing on the electromagnetic background. So yeah. So yeah, that is basically everything. Um, all right, let's talk about symptoms. So symptoms are pretty wild. So I would say people are definitely feeling weird. People are feeling tired, strange, not wanting to get up. I don't think anyone is energized during this period because the weather has been shifting significantly. There has been massive changes in the barometric atmosphere. Again, I did talk about yesterday about the super El Nino, meaning we're gonna have a pretty wild weather as the year goes. I think the next few months might be pretty wild, might be pretty hot. Um, so yeah, so we're gonna be having a very wild, intense weather activity. As you can tell, things are just constantly ramping up. I'm gonna assume we'll go on a cool down phase. Well, it's pretty wild though. It's been very damn intense for 6 days straight minimum, right? Hmm. Depends. Might be about 5 days. I would say at most I think probably by like May 1st or 2nd will probably cool down. Although sunspot regions, even the new one won't be facing us, it won't be a concern. So maybe 5 days, things will definitely be calm and we can relax. Because April was pretty calm for about the first 10, 15 maybe days. I would say it was calm. It was a nice calm period. But again, I literally told you guys around April 20ish, like 15, 17, right around that coronal hole we were having, I said things were gonna just ramp up and things would get so hard around this time. And I've been really spot on with the dates and every time things are getting intense. But this one is different because it's lasting, right? I thought we would cool down by now, maybe tomorrow, 1 week, but no, it looks like it's gonna stretch with solar flares. Um, I would say yeah, maybe a few days, hopefully. I'm gonna predict 3 to 5 days. Hopefully, things will cool down. Maybe the Schumann won't be going too crazy. Um, maybe solar flares won't be as intense. But yeah, things have been pretty wild. Eventually, we have to have a cool down on earthquakes, even though things have ramped up. So we'll have to see what happens. But yeah, very interesting times right now. Very interesting things like we have never seen, and I think I'm kind of wrong here because I thought the Schumann was really cooling down, which is which is actually unusual. I should question why was it down, and then it went flipping insane. We're hitting numbers we've never seen before, so I think that's definitely something interesting here, right? So there's definitely a nice ramp up in activity and things like that, but at the same time, there is something going on here. And Stefan Burns was saying something yesterday, saying something about how they're, I don't know what he said, manipulating frequencies or something like that, and how they're kind of like destroying the earth and everything. Things are definitely, I mean, it's an information overload based on everything I'm hearing. And we want to hear good things, but there is a lot of things I'm hearing and a lot of things that, again, not everything's bad here, right? None of these solar flares, none of this stuff is bad. Um, Unless, of course, a big one hits and it's a Carrington, and yeah. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, it's pretty interesting times right now. I was shocked he said that. I thought like Like to me, I feel like if someone talks about stuff like that and talk about how they're messing with the frequencies and things like that, I feel like maybe he would get more into that. But then again, maybe you can't. So then I again like maybe he's just putting it in and out, which is completely fine. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. That's a pretty big one. I really need some solid feedback on because that also kind of changes the direction of this channel. Because if that is the case, because it didn't look like they're really like there was a part of me that was thinking something. You know, what's up, Jacqueline? How you doing? Um, but I don't know. Let me know how's everyone doing. I really appreciate everyone being in here. Um, for those who don't know, big earthquake in Japan. The sun right now, we got a bunch of sunspots on the sun, uh, and coronal holes. These are coronal holes. Dark spots are coronal holes. That and coronal holes are pretty much right on the outside of the sun. And apparently, of course, get all that solar wind density blasting the earth and whatnot. So yeah, so things are definitely getting intense. Big earthquake in Japan. I'm keeping you guys updated. You know, because anything could happen. Let me know how's everybody doing. The last conversation. What do you mean yesterday? There's a lot of things happening right now in the world. I've been seeing people talk about eggs and stuff. All the food market. This is a big one too. The food market. They want to change prices on food. If there's a lot of demand, they want to make it more expensive. Like imagine if people need water, like what are they gonna do? Jack up the prices because they want to use AI? This is like that really pissed me off. So definitely something to think about, guys. I heard some states want to appeal, like don't want it, appeal. I don't know what's the right word. They don't want it. I don't want this, right? Like grocery stores already are selling a bunch of crap. No offense, right? A lot of that food sucks, especially with what they're doing with the eggs. If you haven't done your research on Vital Farms, well, all these companies are all playing a part of it. They're all in on it. And they're all doing something right now where they're changing the color, they're putting a dye. And I've been having eggs that are pasture raised and I'm seeing the difference in the look. They're very orangey, like oddly orange, not the natural pasture raised orange that you get from farms and whatnot. It looks a bit fake. It's a dye. They're putting this in the food to change the look. They're feeding them corn and soy, which is not what chickens should be eating. So because they're doing that, I don't know why they're doing it. It's crazy, man. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, about the first 13 minutes, we already broke down the Schumann resonances down. We talked about earthquakes and we talked about the coronal holes and everything. Now we're kind of just dabbling into everything else. We're pretty much just putting out some information out there that people need to know because it's getting pretty bad right now. Everything's really amplifying, and in my opinion, it's really time to wake up. Again, you could always just rewatch the streams because they get uploaded. So yeah. Hopefully that helps you out. But yeah, that's what we did. So hopefully, yeah. But yeah, so it's getting pretty bad though. So I'm hearing a bunch of things like what they're doing with the food and this whole uh what's it called? What they're doing with the eggs and the prices. So at this point, I mean, they're just playing games. I mean, do they are they that desperate that they're gonna start making things that we need more expensive? That's sick in the mind. If people need food and water, meat, this and that, what is the point of it? There's just no point of it. There is like I don't see the point of it. Fix the market, right? Like this isn't a hotel. Like people need food and groceries, and if they're gonna use um, demand, seasonal demand for things, they're gonna jack up the prices on things. It's like a video game because that's what it feels like, to be honest. It's stressful when you're in a video game or you're doing trading in a video game, or I don't know, whatever people be doing these days, trading or anything, getting something. And when demand changes, yeah, they want to jack up the prices, and trust me, that's gonna be really annoying. So we're really heading in this direction. There's no need for this direction because there's no good for it, because things are already on afford, like people can't afford things already, and they're already screwing with the food. So yeah, I'm honestly like I just switched to mine the last 24 hours because I think what Stefan Burns said really turned up my gears because I think they are really screwing around, and this is a big deal, right? And the food is a big deal. So, I mean, have you guys noticed? Is it just me? Have you guys really noticed more clouds in the sky? Have you guys really like they call them condensation trails? However, they're lasting for so flippin' long. They are literally lasting so long. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Like you barely get sun. Is it just me, or like you get one sunny day a year or a month? No, it's like literally it's like once or twice a month at this point. That's kind of bad. Like having clear skies only twice a month is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. It wasn't like this 15 years ago. And I'm assuming a lot of you could say that 50 years ago, right? So it's been pretty wild. I think everything's getting jacked up right now. So it's pretty crazy. That's wild. I can't believe they're doing that. They're putting mRNA and stuff. That's crazy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Everything's so cheap these days. The food is cheap these days. The quality restaurants, I don't know what people are doing at restaurants. That you're just getting sick there. It's like the food sucks. Like some restaurants aren't bad, but man, the quality is so cheap. None of it is even USDA. It's all like so damn below. They get it from who knows where. There's a lot of cheap meat and the groceries. A lot of cheap meat everywhere. It's pretty bad. It's getting pretty ugly. Okay, we just had a solar flare. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what they're doing. The fish, man, I wanted fish so bad, but it's not the same because they changed Kroger. It's a big company. They they have a good brand. They have wild caught salmon, but a lot of companies are doing it. They're catching the fish in the Pacific and they send them to China, and they do like some sort of distribution thing, and then they send them back. I mean, they don't taste the same. I don't know what the hell's up with that. So they're doing a lot of shady things to save money and cut costs. I think it's ridiculous what they're doing here. Um, Unbelievable. They really are playing with the food. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of mercury. I don't really feel good eating fish. I used to love eating fish, but I don't know. Like recently, with everything that's happened, I don't know. I don't feel good with it. Go vegan? No, I am. That one don't work for everyone. That don't work for me. There isn't like a diet for everyone, but there is, you know, everybody's different in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I need calories, so like a lot of calories. I'm not gonna get that, so it's more like it's good, but it don't work for everyone. Some people benefit from it, but I do not. I mean, I tried vegetarian. It was good, but I couldn't go long, so vegan would be worse. So yeah, I tried vegan, did not work. I tried like a low eating diet, didn't work. Tried vegetarian, it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't really for me either. I like vegetarian much better than the other diets, but yeah. I mean, you got to get your nutrition in. But some people are different though. But for me, I need a lot to eat and a lot of nutrition because I'm just different. Some people really on really different diets and it works for them. But everybody's different. I don't believe there's a single diet that'll work for everyone. I believe everybody has to have their own diet, but everybody's different. Got to respect your own body. Then why are you saying go vegan if you're a vegetarian? All right. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna pretty much head out. Appreciate everyone for watching. Truly grateful and thankful. Just a thought because of eggs. Uh, I don't think that's. I don't think one thing would make someone change their entire diet. That's yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciative and grateful. Thank you everyone. I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.